What is going on, ladies and genitals? Zodiac Slayer here, bringing you episode 16 of my Borderlands 2 Seraph weapon series. Today, I have a Seraph assault rifle for you guys known as the Seraphim. Now, in my case, it is the Breach Seraphim. In your case, the prefix of this gun may change, but it will be some variation of the Seraphim. Now, this is going to be the Seraph version of the legendary assault rifle known as the Varuk. If you remember the Varuk, it is actually fully auto until you aim down sights, and then it becomes a 3-shot burst monster. The Varuk was honestly one of my top favorite assault rifles in the game, especially wearing the B shield. When you aim down sights and it becomes 3-shot burst, it was highly accurate and it was able to take out enemies at a very long distance. This is similar with a little less accuracy. Now, if you're unfamiliar with these Seraph weapons, you get the Seraph crystals from killing the Invincibles located within the DLC. This being the first DLC, Captain Scarlet and her pirate's booty. What you do is you pick up the Seraph crystals, visit these Seraph shops, and you buy your weapon. If you go to a shop and there's a weapon that you do not want or none of them interest you, save and exit your game, come back in, and their stock will fully rechange and you can have your pick at different weapons. That way you don't waste your Seraph crystals on stuff that is just not very good. Now, this is where the format is going to change from now on, guys. Normally I would show you the wiki page right now and scroll down and read the wiki as we showed it. Instead, a couple people said they didn't like that part of the videos, and I've got to agree, I didn't really care for it either. I just figured people would enjoy it. But instead of me showing the page, I'm just going to show you guys more gameplay using this weapon. I will still read from the wiki, but from, I will just not show the page like I did, if you guys are familiar with this series. But right here, you can see I've got the Seraphim. Obviously, I'm using it now. I've got the Sham shield on. Here in a minute, I'm going to put the B shield on. So you can see it with the normal shield without amp damage. And then you can see it with the B shield on and see that bonus amp damage. Alright, so reading from the wiki here without showing the page, which I think is going to be awesome. It says, the Seraphim is a Seraph assault rifle manufactured by Dahl. The Seraphim can only be obtained from trading with the Seraph vendor in Oasis, or is a rare drop from Hyperius the Invincible and Master Yi the Invincible. This is actually one of a few that in the wiki it said you can drop from Hyperius or Master Yi. Now, I was under the conclusion that like any Seraph weapon could drop from these guys. But as I read more of these wikis, I wonder if only specific drops can happen, because there's only been a few that actually were named with the Invincibles. Most of them just say trading with the vendor. So let me know in the comments, can you get any Seraph weapon from these guys, and the wiki just happened to write it in this time, or is it only a few? So it says special weapon effects: holy, 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 always incendiary, reduced accuracy, fires large slow moving projectiles. Usage and description: like most Seraph weapons from Captain Scarlet and her pirate's booty, the Seraphim fire slow-moving projectiles at relatively low accuracy. The projectiles themselves resemble those fired by Dahl E-Tech blasters, and overall, the weapon has much in common with E-Tech assault rifles in general. Its individual projectile damage and overall damage output in particular are very close to that of same-level Dahl blaster. Where the Seraphim differs most from a Dahl blaster is the projectile distribution. Although technically of lower accuracy than a blaster, the Seraphim's projectile grouping is much tighter than a Dahl blaster's 3-way firing pattern, increasing the number of shots that will connect with a target even given the randomized nature of the bullet spread. The Seraphim uses only 1 round per projectile and 3 rounds per burst fire to the blaster's 2 per shot and 9 per burst, which also gives it a slightly much larger number of shots per magazine and significantly more bursts per magazine. Overall, the weapon behaves like a mix between a Dahl blaster and a Bandit Blaster, marrying the burst fire of the former and the approximate accuracy of the latter. Despite its somewhat low accuracy, the weapon can be used in long-range engagements than an actual Dahl blaster, and the single ammo usage gives it a distinct edge over E-Tech assault rifles in general. Trivia: the flavor text refers to the Seraph of Abrahamic religions, which chant, holy, holy, holy. Who would have known that a weapon within Borderlands 2 can be like some kind of whatever it said? I don't know. But there you go. There's the wiki, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you like that more than, you like that better than actually scrolling down the wiki page? The good thing about me reading the wiki page over reading it as it scrolls down my screen in Vegas is I'm not on a time constraint. If I had to, I can break it down and I'm not rushed through it. So if I see something of interest, I can actually stop then and reflect on it rather than having to do it like in 30 seconds like normal. Because if you remember, normally I'm like trying to read the wiki, I'm like talking like that fast just to get through it before it ends on my screen. But overall, I thought the weapon was pretty good. It behaves a lot like the Varuk, but as you aim down sights, you'll notice rather quickly that it's kind of hard to control the reticle on it. It sways around a lot. It is a pretty good gun. I really like the burst fire weapons. I don't know, it's reminiscent of like using an M16 in Call of Duty. I like using that. One of my favorite guns to use in Call of Duty are like the FALs and the single shot. I don't really know why. I just like I like using those type guns. But like I said, you'll notice that it's really hard to keep the reticle on target, and you know, being fire, I'd like to see what this can do with Terramorphous as well. It probably won't do very much, but to an enemy that's successful, to an enemy that gets damaged a lot by fire, it's probably pretty good. I don't know, the fire the damage of it was pretty decent, and overall, I think this Seraph weapon is a pretty good gun. This one has a blade on it. I kind of showed you guys meleeing a little bit. I didn't notice a bunch of damage to it. But yeah, there you guys go. Episode 16, I think 16, of the Seraph weapon series. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.